Hello, everyone. I want to do a reading on Gypsy Rose and her husband that she recently announced they are going through a separation. I did get that in a previous reading. I thought it was going to be a little further in the future, but kind of want to see what's going to happen between now and then. This is an energy reading. It's all alleged, my opinion, not fact. So Gypsy announced on Facebook, it's about 3 months after she's been released. She says, people have been asking what is going on in my life. Unfortunately, my husband and I are going through a separation and I moved in with my parents. I have the support of my family and friends to help guide me through this. I am learning to listen to my heart. Right now, I need to let myself find ... who I am. All right, so I just want to see what we can get about this. Again, this is an energy reading. It's all alleged, my opinion, not fact. Full transparency. I want to see if they are really getting separated or if they are kind of curating drama for a TV type thing, because she has all the documentaries and obviously she's not going to get out of prison again. Like for a season 2, there needs to be some kind of drama, I guess I'd say. So I just want to look and see if what we're being told is actually what's going on behind the scenes, or if there is drama being curated for TV purposes. Let's start with Gypsy's energy, Ryan's energy, and the energy between as it stands right now. Gypsy, 10 of Wands reversed, 6 of Pentacles reversed. I'm putting down a heavy burden. This is like a one-way street. I'm choosing me and putting down a heavy burden. Interesting. Ryan's energy. Queen of Pentacles reversed, Ace of Pentacles reversed. It's giving I lost my meal ticket. My opportunity to make money taken away from me. She was the pentacle. She was the opportunity at a good life. Energy between. Page of Cups reversed and the Hierophant. So the Hierophant would be a commitment. Page of Cups in reverse. Oh, we're committed to being immature. We're not handling this well. I feel like the two of them, is it fair to say that they're like communicating through another party? Like they're not directly communicating. 8 of Cups. You're walking away from something unfulfilling. The Sun in reverse, being left in the dark. I'm walking away and leaving you in the dark. But we're committed to being immature here. So we're not communicating effectively. He feels like he lost his meal ticket. She feels like she needs to choose herself. Is it fair to say that this is not drama being created for a TV show? This is an actual separation. Queen of Swords reversed, Death. Yeah, it feels like this is stemming from a lack of communication, or a lack of effective communication, which makes sense because I'm sure that she's not the best communicator, being how her life has unfolded. And it almost feels like with him, he was trying to make it so that she didn't have ammo to want to leave. So that would be why he wasn't communicating as much or as effectively. 3 of Cups in reverse. Gypsy. Knight of Swords in reverse. Ryan. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Interesting. This feels like third-party energy on her side. And I know that there's been pictures of her at the tattoo place with, oh no, what's his name? Ken? Who was the other person that she was engaged to while in prison. Not that he was waiting, but he was available. And it's not coming from his energy, the third party energy. What's Gypsy's energy? Ken's energy and the energy between. Gypsy, 6 of Cups reversed, 4 of Wands. I want things to be different than they were in the past. 4 of Wands is that new commitment or celebration or the building up of a foundation. I want things to be different than they were in the past. I want to do this the right way and start by building up the foundation instead of rushing into things. Ken, the Chariot and 9 of Pentacles. Two opposing forces working together, Gypsy and him. They're opposing because she's married, not to him. Independence here. So I'm working with you to help you get out of the prior commitment so that we can restart and rebuild from the ground up. Energy between Gypsy and Ken. 4 of Cups, Ace of Swords. See, it's like he is her therapy now. Like he's helping her. Let me move this table really quick. He's helping her heal and recognize the truth of a situation. Does this truth of a situation have anything to do with Ryan? Like is Ken trying to help Gypsy realize a truth about Ryan that Ken believes that Ryan is just using Gypsy for this meal ticket? Is that what the truth that he's revealing to her is? 8 of Pentacles in reverse, Strength in reverse, overcoming a commitment that's not fair. 1 second. All right, I'm going to do a little 3-way map between Gypsy, Ryan, and Ken and see what we can get. I put Gypsy in the middle and then Ken and Ryan on either side. So we start with 2 for each. So what do we have for Gypsy? Freedom and inside in reverse. So freedom inside out. I'm turning my life inside out so that I can be free. I feel like she's serious. She's done. Let's do Ryan first. Mental health and danger in reverse. So he's struggling. Danger in reverse makes me feel like I'm upset, but I also feel like I dodged a bullet here. What bullet does he feel like he dodged? Portal in reverse, portal to hell. Interesting. Ken, what's Ken's energy in this? Regret in reverse, low vibrational. I have no regrets. He is low vibrational. Is it fair to say that Gypsy and Ken started talking and Ken brought to her attention, or she brought to Ken's attention and he clarified that they feel as though Ryan does not have the best intentions for why he's with Gypsy? Success, yes. So this would be like if Gypsy and Ken were chit-chatting and either Ken said to Gypsy or Gypsy said to Ken, hey, I feel like Ryan is using me, or I feel this, or I feel that, or he does this, or he does that. And then the other one validates what the first one is saying, and that brings them closer and her further away from Ryan. Almost like validating. how do I word this? I feel like Gypsy needs someone to validate for her that what she's feeling is correct in certain situations because she doesn't know how to do that for herself yet. And I feel like because of the connection between her and Ken, Ken became that for her. So either Ken said, hey, I feel this way, or Gypsy said, hey, I feel this way, but she trusts Ken's observation and opinion. It feels like because Ken kept a cool head in stressful situations where Ryan does not. Is that fair to say? Gift in reverse, home in reverse. I'm taking back my presence. I'm taking back my presence from the home. So it feels like between Gypsy and Ken, there was a lot of conversations about why Gypsy should not be with Ryan. And apparently it made sense to her enough for her to leave. Female abuse. Female and abuse neglect. She's on her phone. And then her mouth is covered. Is it fair to say that Gypsy taking her social media down was the beginning of the end of this? Because Ryan did not want her to back away from that, but she felt as though her safety or her freedom required her to step away from that. And it feels like that is when she starts either talking more to Ken or starts talking to Ken. Ken validates for Gypsy, you're correct in this observation. You're not crazy. And Gypsy starts to pull away. Is that fair to say? Natural disaster, ego. Abuse, neglect is what is coming from Ryan's energy in terms of thinking, making decisions from an ego perspective, and Gypsy fearing that it's going to cause this tornado or this disaster in her life. So it feels like allegedly Gypsy may have felt as though she was choosing between rolling the dice on her own freedom and appeasing Ryan. And it feels like she didn't feel as though Ryan was happy with her, just more happy what she could provide for them, or like a social element. Is that fair to say? Struggle in reverse, and there's money on the table. So the ending of a financial struggle, leadership, direction, authority, distraction. It's almost like Ryan was trying to take charge so that Gypsy didn't see that he was using her for that meal ticket type energy. And when Gypsy started to see it, she brought it to someone else's attention, who I believe is Ken, so that it could be validated for her that she is reading the situation correctly. Is that fair to say? Warning, alarm. I'm agreeing with you. I feel like this. I'm almost wondering if Ken reached out to Gypsy because of Gypsy's social media. Or if Gypsy reached out to Ken when there started to be a problem with the social media. But it feels like that has something to do with why they reconnected. The fear of freedom being jeopardized because of all the commotion that was unfolding on social media. Dominoes falling, natural causes. So that was the first domino. So the first domino was the issue with social media and Ryan wanting her to continue, even though she was warned to pull back for her own, I guess you'd call it safety, or like maintaining of freedom. So first domino is social media. Second domino is Gypsy and Ken having a conversation in which Ken validates Gypsy's fears. And then this causes Gypsy to pull away because now she views it as potentially being not free or choosing Ryan. And I do believe as though she now realizes that Ryan sees her as that meal ticket. 2 cards. Is that all fair to say? Legal proceedings, that would be divorce. Kidnapped in reverse, my hands are not tied. My hands are not tied. I'm making this official and getting away from you. Is that the case? Confirmation. Assassination in reverse. So coming back to life, being restored. The only way for me to not go down is to make a move to finalize getting away from you. Is that something that GYPSY would feel towards Ryan? Boat, that's my main confirmation card. Also, setting sail, I'm getting away from you. What comes next? Oh, sad in reverse. So her being happy with her decision. Let's do 5 cards. What comes next? Rival. I'm happy with my decision, but there's some kind of fight or battle. Dating. Oh. Extra card. Is she going to start dating Ken? Love. Okay, that's direct. So rival. There's going to be some kind of drama or headline. Battle of the headlines. I don't know what that means. Battle of the headlines between Ryan and Ken. AI in reverse. So real information. Okay, so she's happy, but there's a battle between Ryan and Ken, which doesn't feel like between Ryan and Ken. It feels more like what's being said about them by the media, because GYPSY is going to come into connection, I guess, dating with Ken. 2 more. Burial? Burial of what? Someone who doesn't belong. Okay, so completely done with Ryan. Last card. What is this all leading to? Bioweapon, DNA. Oh. I don't know if this can translate to remarried or it can translate to getting pregnant, but it feels like there's something that's going to solidify her connection with Ken. Is that fair to say? Justice and karma. Balancing the scales. I take this as a yes, but what's on either side? What is being rebalanced here? Fired in reverse. I knew it. Fired in reverse. What's the other side of justice, karma, collapse? Hired, and then restoring the balance causes it to collapse. I have a very, very direct confirmation. Is it fair to say that GYPSY feels like Ryan was sent into her life specifically to get all of the media coverage? Like, is it fair to say that she views Ryan as a plant? False flag in reverse, real flag. True flag. Hole in one. So is it fair to say that GYPSY views Ryan as someone who was coming in to manipulate her to get the media coverage, and now she views him as unsafe and Ken as the safety because he either validated or pointed it out to her that that was occurring? Is that fair to say? Trapped, trying to trap her. Oh, that makes sense. Someone who doesn't belong. Allegedly, my opinion, I believe that Ken validated for GYPSY that GYPSY was correct in fearing that Ryan was using her as a meal ticket and maybe even potentially sent in to get her to do specific media things that may eventually land her back in prison in order to continue the series. So I get you to post on social media, we do all this stuff, and then boom, you end up back in prison. And because of that, and then everyone's paying attention, we have a part 2, except now you're trapped because I feel like the intention was for Ryan to get her pregnant, or at least that's what she's fearing the intention was. Almost as if he's leading or pushing her to do things that could jeopardize her freedom. But if he also knocks her up, that makes for very good TV. Is it fair to say that that is what GYPSY has put together in her mind that now makes her feel as though Ryan has to be completely gone and Ken is safe? Money in reverse, greed, and law enforcement. I'm afraid of getting back in trouble for someone who's being greedy. I'm refusing to be his meal ticket. Okay. What's next for Ryan? 3 cards. What's next for Ryan? Yes. And there's a bunch of media on there. Mail in reverse. Outside. This looks like a heart inside the wisher well. It feels like Ryan is going to start to get some kind of attention for something else. I don't know how that translates. Yes, what? Yes, the mail is going down. Conspiracy theory in reverse. Getting the attention I want on social media, or I'm being talked about in the way that I want to be, but in a bad sense. Time is up on something I was keeping hidden. Something is now in the open. What's next for Ryan is news headlines that he would prefer to not be going around about him. Is that fair to say? Hidden key revealed. And something that he would prefer to keep hidden. What is it about Ryan that he would prefer to keep hidden that's not going to be hidden? Riot, tunnel, underground fight. Light at the end of the tunnel. Riot. Something people are going to be very angry about Ryan that was meant to stay buried and it doesn't. Solved in reverse. All of the clues. Something we thought we knew about Ryan comes out to not be true, or something we thought was not true comes out to be true. Is that fair to say? Family, delays in reverse. That he was trying to push her to get pregnant so that he could trap her. Weapon. There's a song, Madeline Dale, is that who sings it? It's called Love into a Weapon. That's the song that just came up in my mind when I saw that. Turn my love into a weapon. The weapon would be getting her pregnant so that she's trapped. Is that fair to say? Is it fair to say that GYPSY is aware of Ryan intending to get her pregnant in order to continue a TV series? Is that what this is? Is that what this is saying? Down the rabbit hole. Yeah. If this is all in the right direction, can we have 2 cards to confirm that it's in the right direction? Fear in reverse. Trafficking in reverse. So I have no fear of walking away because I'd rather walk away than end up being stuck and bound to Ryan. Is that fair to say? Secret in reverse, secret revealed. secret trip in reverse. So the reason why I'm making moves revealed. We have 3 cards from GYPSY to clarify and to wrap this up. From GYPSY's energy, what can we know? Stranger, debt, fake news in reverse. So real news, stranger. Ryan isn't who she thought he was. He's someone who was using her for money and she found out. Or status or whatever. Man-made disaster in reverse. I'm trying to avoid a man-made disaster because he's not who I thought he was. It's some kind of financial element that he was using her for, and she recognized this and found out because of how the social media part of this unfolded. Confirmation. Supplier. What was he supplying to whom? Body of water in reverse. So there's no more fish in the sea type energy. You are the only one that he was supplying GYPSY. Supplying GYPSY to what or whom? Plot twist. Outer space in reverse. Blackmail. Contract or paperwork in reverse. Is it fair to say that he was trying to get footage or filming or something that she did not know of? Essentially, him trying to trap her into having to stay with him so he could continue with all of the TV and media stuff that he had planned for her. And he was going to trap her in any way that he could. Missing piece revealed. I don't know why, but I also get this like setup energy. Like it wasn't just for money. Like there's some weird intention in there too. I can't really place my finger on it though. Water. Drowning in what? Embezzlement in reverse. Almost like he wanted to make it look like she was the one that was very money hungry, so people would keep up the drama and the talking and hence continue the demand for the TV stuff. Corrupted media source in reverse. So that would be what was really going on behind the scenes, is that he was trying to generate drama so that the TV part could continue. And she had to realize that she was walking herself into a trap where she could potentially lose her freedom if she continued along that path with his plan. The mighty will fall, affluent in reverse. Everything that you got would be taken from you if you continue with the social media stuff because it's going to end up getting you in trouble. Life insurance in reverse, and there's nothing that you can do that's going to get you back out of the trouble that you put yourself in by I feel like what was veering on getting her in trouble was the lack of accountability, because in her agreement or whatever plea, it says about her taking accountability or something to that effect. So I feel like that's the part that was going to end up getting her in trouble, is putting it all on Nick after admitting otherwise in a court setting. Frozen in reverse, a release. What she was releasing via social media was what was going to end up getting her in trouble. Pattern repetition in reverse, final ending in reverse. So I'm not going to continue to repeat the patterns that are going to lead me into a final ending, aka freedom being taken away. One last card for GYPSY, Ryan, Ken, We do Nick. Let's do Nick too. Gypsy. Lies. She's a liar. What is she lying about? DNA? What is she lying about? DNA. What immediately came into my mind is the amount of stab wounds on the mom. Because I said Nick, and then I said, should we do Nick? And then I said, okay, we'll do Nick. And then DNA, lies, DNA. Is it fair to say that the explanation of where the stab wounds came from is not accurate? Because Nick says he only stabbed her, I think he said like 4 or 3 times, but there's like way more than that. Lies and DNA. 2 cards. Is Gypsy responsible for some of the stab wounds that are unaccounted for that were on Dee Dee that Nick claims to have not done? Is Gypsy responsible for them? Secret. Shh, don't tell. Imprisonment in reverse. Don't tell or I'm going to get locked up. All right. Don't tell or I'm going to get locked up. Let's do Nick next. Communication in reverse. Secrets kept in reverse. I haven't told yet, but I'm gonna. Confirmation. I haven't told yet, but I'm gonna. Celebrity. I haven't told yet, but I'm gonna. Celebrity. I'm going to speak when I get everyone to listen. Ryan. Witness in reverse. Beach. I'm not going to be able to see where she's going to or flowing to. I'm going to clarify her for beach. Government in reverse. Get blackmail too for Ryan. Was he trying to get things on Gypsy to try and get her to feel like she couldn't leave him because he had stuff on her that could get her in trouble? Confession in reverse. In space, down the rabbit hole. Don't pull it on. Not your meal ticket. Is it fair to say that Ryan was trying to get some kind of proof of Gypsy admitting to being responsible for some of those stab wounds? Top secret. Right? 1 minute. Sorry, Gavin is home this week. So, okay. And that was Ryan. And we did him. Okay, so Ken's role. Psychic abilities in reverse. Angels and ancestors. Oh no. The sun and the world is on there. Shining light on a completion of a cycle. Psychic abilities is in reverse. Or being in the dark about the completion of a cycle. Is this saying that Ken is going against his better judgment to let GYPSY in to his life? Organized crime. Getting my ducks in a row. It feels like Ken is getting intuitive hits that he should probably let her go do her own thing, and he's going against his better judgment to be there for her. Con man deep fake, because I don't feel as though she's interacting with him for the right reasons either. It's feeling like she just needs somebody. She doesn't know how to completely be on her own without having a partner. Like, I know she's with her family, but like it's like she needs her own person, kind of like in a messed up way. Her mom was that, and then Ryan, and it's like she needs that spot to be filled. And it feels like Ken is just the next in line that's accessible and available to fill that spot for her. Desert in reverse. So I don't lack resources. You're available. I'm taking you to fill that spot so that I'm not barren like a desert. I guess I'd say I'm seeing Ken as a safety rebound for GYPSY until she either finds someone else to replace him, or I don't know what the other option would be. It feels like there's an empty hole that she needs to have filled with somebody. And Ryan was there, and then she took him out of the spot and is putting Ken in the spot, and then either Ken will stay in the spot or he'll be removed and somebody else will be put into the spot. Is that fair to say? Political in reverse. She needs someone to guide her. Like, she needs someone to be her personal leader, essentially, is what I'm seeing. And that's that role that she's trying to fill. She feels like she can't be that for herself. Mountain on its side. I can't be there. I can't be that for myself until I learn how to traverse up and down the mountain by myself. It's like she's aligning with people that she feels like can teach her how to live in the real world. But because of the need for that close connection, it has to be a partner, where what she really needs is like a friend or a mentor, but she doesn't know how to interact in that way. It's just feels like one-on-one romance is the way that she's able to interact in a way that helps her get guidance from the other person. Deep state in reverse. It's not that deep. So it's not really love. It's what she thinks love is, but she thinks that love is someone who's basically guiding her on what to do, like a replacement for what her mom was, but with her being in charge instead of the other person. Colt. Yeah. All right. That's all for now. Oh, parental figure was right behind it. And work in reverse, manipulating, gaslighting, and control. So I need to have a tie, a connection with someone else to replace that, the missing piece. But GYPSY, would now be in charge of control. So she recognizes that Ryan is actually the one with control and leaves to put herself in a situation with Ken because she feels like she can be in control of that, just like she was with Nick. Is that fair to say? Thief. mask on. She's disguising it as something else, but what she's really doing is almost like just draining them for everything they have, like all she knows how to do. But with Ryan, she realized that he was also trying to do that back to her. And it was a battle of who could do it better or who could do it first. And that's why she decided to leave, because it was a whole operation. Two cards to confirm: revenge and anger. She's making all these decisions based off of that space that's left empty by what her mother did. I don't necessarily feel as though that's turning her into her mother per se, but I feel like it's turning her into someone, or she is someone who, let me be careful with how I word this. I don't know how to word this. Feels like the world owes her her own personal support person who can teach her how to get out of the past mess and essentially use someone else that's been in the real world until she figures out how to be in the real world herself. It feels like she feels like the world owes her that in another person, and that's what she's seeking in Ryan and Ken. Is that fair to say? Ryan and Ken. Is that fair to say? Well, I guess, and Nick too. Bloodline, to make up for what her mom did. Password from Gypsy's energy. Woods and forest, hiding who she truly is. Is that what that means? Or hiding her true intentions? Evil? I said hiding who she truly is or hiding her intentions, and we got evil. Yeah, I think it's what I just said. And God is on the bottom of the deck, so good versus evil. Hiding who she truly is. Good versus evil. I feel like the innocence that I don't know if people still think that about her or not after the whole social media thing, but I feel like any innocence coming from her, I feel like is very calculated and not real. Is that fair to say? Faked. Yeah. All right, that's all for now. We have faked death and death. We have evil and good, faked death and death. Evil and good, real versus not real. She's not showing us her real side. Spouse, partner, devil in reverse. I think Ryan also may have been starting to pick up on her plan just as she was picking up on his. And neither could then effectively manipulate because the other was already on to the other schemes. Secret revealed. Secret government program. I feel like she thinks that he was sent in order to get her to do all the TV. And I feel like she may be on to something with that. But I also feel like she also didn't have good intentions either. She just thought she could keep her bad intentions hidden because she has convinced herself that the world owes her it. Caregiver. The world owes her someone to care for her until she can figure out how to be on her own and get on her feet. All the dismemberment in reverse, all the pieces coming together. All right, that was a lot. Oh, caught and confession on the bottom. They both caught each other in their bad motives for one another. And now there's a new hole that she has to fill. All right, please remember, this is an energy reading. It's all alleged, my opinion, not fact. Have a good day.